Managing biodiversity in spice production. Agriculture occupies more than 60% of the habitable land on Earth and accounts for about 70% of freshwater use by the human population. The sector depends directly and profoundly on healthy ecosystems for nutrient-rich soil, water flows, pollination, and genetic diversity that can increase the long-term viability of common crop species. Yet, agricultural activities like tillage, drainage, intercropping, rotation, grazing, and extensive usage of pesticides and fertilizers have significant implications on the wild species of flora and fauna, which contribute to maintaining a healthy ecosystem. Biodiversity is also affected by land clearing, introduction of non-native species, excessive water use, habitat conversion, and soil and water contamination. The major impact on biodiversity is caused by loss of habitats resulting from the conversion of forests, grasslands, and other areas to farmlands. Enhancing farm and landscape biodiversity supports the restoration of agricultural ecosystem services to provide a conducive environment for pollination, pest control, maintenance of soil structure and fertility, and nutrient cycling. As biodiversity loss poses an enormous challenge to farmers and other stakeholders, it is vital for all the stakeholders to work together to introduce and maintain fully sustainable, biodiversity-friendly farming practices. Biodiversity Action Plan is a tool to implement stronger biodiversity management within the agricultural production system and to use agricultural practices that are biodiversity-friendly. By the implementation of biodiversity measures, farmers can enjoy positive effects on their cultivation system. Let us look at the various practices that lead to an increase in on-farm biodiversity. Diversification of plant species. Increasing the on-field biodiversity can be achieved by planting crop mixtures and multiple crop varieties, especially crops that suit the local conditions. Planting strips of beneficial flowers, incorporating perennials, establishing hedge grows, planting diverse species at field margins, and leaving areas of land uncultivated increase the diversity of non-cropped land. To increase diversity of native pollinators, nest blocks and soil piles can be promoted. Branches of trees and shrubs such as those in hedgerows will provide good nesting sites for pollinators. Crop rotation. Growing a sequence of crops and cover crops of multiple crop families in a specific field promotes biodiversity. Diverse crop rotation of coriander, cumin or turmeric with maize, sorghum or finger millet would increase farm biodiversity as they attract ladybird beetles, wasps, dragonflies and other predators. They even reduce weed pressure, disrupt weed and disease cycles, and optimize crop production. Intercropping. Growing two or more crops in close proximity can produce beneficial interactions between the species. Intercropping spices with sunflower or mustard attracts bees for pollination. They also attract ladybird beetles, which are known to attack the pest population. Cover crops. Cover crops increase plant diversity and help in supporting biodiversity. Cover crops help protect the biodiversity of the farm by holding nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus in the fields, which protects water and other downstream ecosystems. Sustainable water management. Water is not only crucial to agriculture but also to biodiversity. Sustainable water management like rainwater harvesting is critical not only for sustainability of agricultural production but also to keep ecosystems intact. Incorporation of organic matter. Organic management increases the abundance and species richness of beneficial organisms, which improve the growth conditions of crops. More abundant predators help to control harmful pests. The breakdown of organic matter by soil microbes returns nutrients removed during crop production to the soil. Natural pest control. Farmers should adopt biological pest management practices or natural pest control methods like beneficial insects, traps, attractants, and so on. Adopting integrated pest management avoids the harmful effects of chemicals on biodiversity, especially the use of pesticides as a preventive measure. The goal should be to gradually reduce the application of pesticides to a minimum level. Protecting priority areas. Priority areas promote biodiversity on the farm. They provide a habitat or refuge for animals and plants. Well-managed priority areas can compensate for the loss of biodiversity caused by agricultural activities. Farmers can set aside land and leave it to natural succession, or they can recultivate it. These measures adopted by farmers contribute towards strengthening the biodiversity and ecosystem. A healthy ecosystem provides clean water sources, purifies the air, maintains soil health, regulates the climate, recycles nutrients, and provides a better yield.